Couldn't throw my fucking sideburns like Jason. Couldn't wear my hair up like Luke. Brian's balls didn't drop.
The most sacred relationship ever. And she was a whore, you guys.
With me,
something really stupid like, oh my god, I used to masturbate to you too.
In the Porsche with Luke, my jaw started clicking.
So I broke your face somehow?
Shannene Doherty.
Gabrielle Carteris. Shannene Priestley. Ziering.
What's my name?
Brian Austin Green. Give it up to panel 90210. Oh man, have a seat, relax. There's microphones for you guys to share, they're all on. You may have to share a mic or two. Settle in, relax. You got
Hello.
it? There you go, you're good to go. You good?
Hey, Brian.
Hi. Okay, so we don't have to share mics. There's one for each of us.
There might be one you might have to share. I think there's 6 mics, 7 people.
All right.
But anyhow, just a question for all you guys. I got a couple of general softball questions, then we'll open it up to the audience. Basically, the series ran for 10 years. What do you think? I know. What do you think keeps it so successful and keeps it in syndication? What elements do you think of the show just makes it relevant to this day? And we can just go down the line. We can just go down the line.
First of all, it's a lot of people in this tent. This is amazing. Thank you all for doing that. It's really incredible. Thank you so much for supporting us being here and supporting the show. Honestly, I think it's the fans that have kept us on for as long as we've been on. They've kept us in syndication for years. So thank you.
Yeah, what was the question? I was just, what do you think made the show so successful? 10 years running, always in syndication.
I think the fact that I think it was the glitz and glamour of Beverly Hills initially that made people tune in. Then my amazing fellow castmates here, what they were able to deliver and elevate the material. And the material itself was at the right time delivered in a way that made it accessible to young adults all over the world. It was the right show at the right time.
And why do you think it's still relevant now? People still love it.
Because it's awesome!
Yeah, because it's awesome. That's
That guy's got a hand like a 2x6.
I think people also are kind of nostalgic nowadays for the 90s and the shows and the clothes and the music. And it was a simpler time, and I feel like we've all moved away from that, unfortunately. And I think that's why it still resonates with people.
Mm-hmm. I also think that there were the first several years were about real issues, right? Issues that young people were going through. Nobody was talking about it until then. It made young people feel relevant and seen. And I think those same issues are the same issues that young people are going through now. They want to be seen. They want to be relevant.
Oh, I think
Just say ditto.
Yeah, okay. What they said. No, definitely agree that it's because of the fans and that everybody wanted to see what Beverly Hills looked like, so they watched our show. I didn't get to answer by everybody here, but it's definitely you guys.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Can I just say one thing? I want to clear something up real quick. I was never scheduled to be here yesterday. Ever. I never do a convention on Fridays. I only do Saturday and Sundays. So for all of those that thought I was supposed to be here yesterday and bought tickets, I apologize. That's on the con, not on me.
Tori?
Should we sing happy birthday to Shannene?
Oh, no. No, let's get to questions, because that's way more important.
It's your call.
Absolutely not. Let's move to, we have a big cast here.
Yes. We'll get to... I can't stop them.
Do you?
And it's just Jenny's birthday and Ian's birthday.
Yeah, hold on a second. Ian just turned 60 years old. Look at this dude. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. So if we're singing happy birthday, I think this guy deserves
Happy birthday. No.
Let's move on. Thanks for the well wishes.
Wait a second. How old did you turn?
42.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
We've all stayed super close over the years. He's a man.
Your birthday. This is true. I knew it was your birthday because I did a hard post for you, and you forgot to text me for my birthday. So I just didn't know you were turning 60.
You can cut my arm off and count growth rings later. Let's get on with the show.
I just have a few more questions before we turn it over to the audience. Let's start with Tori on this one. 293 episodes, 11 specials. Do you have any favorites or any favorite moments from any of those?
293 episodes is my favorite one. There was one I wasn't in, so it was that one. No, there was only one. I think I got my nose done, so I had like a week off. Sorry. My favorite one, I loved when we were all doing stuff together. I love, obviously, the end episode with Donna and David getting married. Tough.
Is everybody answering?
Yeah, everybody's got the same question. Just a favorite episode or favorite moment?
Definitely not my last episode, because I didn't know it was going to be my last episode, so not that one. Let's go to any of the ones in Paris, because that was fun. Favorite episode? I stand by this. The pilot episode was my favorite episode. I don't know, there's just something about it. It was directed so beautifully by Tim, what was his name? Tim Hunter, and hey, why are you laughing? I forgot. But it just looks so cool, and when I watch that show, it makes me want to watch our show, so that's my favorite episode.
You know, this question is always asked, and I'm always asking everybody, do you remember the episodes? I loved the sleepover episode because I loved, right, for all the girls, really, that's where we came together. I loved when I was kissed Jason. That was fun. I love being valedictorian. I love the graduation for me was a really big one. I think Ian and I doing the egg, right? That was fun, right? And but actually, I could say I think when Shannene and I did, we were in the acting class together, and we had to perform. No, not Cat on the. Does somebody remember the? Huh? Yes, the slap. So I think that there's a lot of different shows for different reasons that I like, and I love to hear why you guys like the show. So please let me know when we see each other. I'd love to know. Summer episodes, that's what made us.
Yeah, the summer episodes were very important to our show, and I think we all had a great time shooting those episodes. That was a fun experience. Those two, you didn't have a good time? It was, son?
It was always cool when we filmed them, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, yeah, like,
God. Oh my God. But I think, for me, I think my favorite episode was the 60s flashback episode we did. Time Has Come Today. Because we all got to do a lot of fun stuff in that episode. I don't know.
I think when Steve turned the Walsh House into a porno shoot. That was a real lot of fun. That was just tons of fun. Oh, we made a lot of fun. You know, I used to try to ad-lib every chance I get. There was one ad-lib when Elle, the transgender vestite woman, was dating Chancellor Arnold. And we're at a function, and I'm like, oh my God. And I tell Claire, it's not a woman, it's a man. She says, you do anything to take a smile off my father's face, and I'll never talk to you again, as they're serving us food. I'm like, oh really? And I'm looking at the food. Does your father prefer mussels or clams? And he made it into the show. Oh, it was the greatest moment. That's got to be my favorite. These questions are $60, 2 for $100.
I get a cut, right? All right, our first question.
Okay, this is slightly embarrassing and humiliating, but I'm gonna take a chance. During the show's entire 10-year run, or even years after, did any one of you get a really stupid, crazy, embarrassing, or humiliating comment? Like, did anyone ever say something really stupid, like, oh my God.
Wrap it up. What's the question?
Did someone say something really stupid, like, oh my God, I used to masturbate to you too? Or like, I used to have like weird sex.
There you go. First question right out of the gate.
Didn't you say that to us yesterday when we saw you? Come on, it was you who was masturbating to us. Don't be embarrassed. At least 50% of the other people here did it too. You're fine.
A show of hands, who masturbated?
Let's next question.
Hi guys, it's so nice meeting you all. Tori, it was great chatting with you yesterday. You were so lovely, and Shannon, it was so great seeing you again. I can't wait to catch up with you at the but okay. So my question is for Shannon in regards to your character Brenda. I know that back in the day, you received sort of a lot of backlash for playing Brenda and sort of everything she went through, and paraphrasing this, but you said that at times it was exhausting and she carried a lot of drama. Was there anything about Brenda or something redeemable which you found you really connected to and a part of her that you...
She was a bad bitch. I loved her.
Hi, so my question is, being the age that you were when the show came out, what was it like dealing with the sudden fame and being famous in the world suddenly to that level?
Who'd like to answer that question?
Me? Okay. It was, I was 21 when we started the show, so I was definitely, it affected me, it affected all of us greatly, because we went from being people that could, go wherever we wanted, do whatever we wanted. There was no parameters put on our travels and our ability to live our lives. And then all of a sudden, those summer episodes at the beginning of the second season, everything changed, because all the young people, it felt like in America, were watching the show, and it hampered our ability to go and do things that we were used to doing. So we all had to adjust our lives somewhat to accommodate for it. But would any of us change it? No, of course not. It was an amazing thing to be a part of. But you have to adjust your life a little bit to accommodate this newfound fame that you have.
First season, everybody drove shitty cars. Second season, everybody's cars got a bump. Third season, somebody bought a house or something like that. There were some progressions. I mean, we're very fortunate to work in an industry that can be very lucrative, keep in mind, there's a lot of hands in the pockets, agents, lawyers, managers, Uncle Sam. But I think we're all feeling really lucky that we were a part of this, something that touched people in a positive way. And there's been a little bit of loss of our personal lives. And while that may have resulted in a little less fun, being part of this has just created more joy. So I think it's a fair trade.
Next question. Hey guys, I grew up on 90210 in New Zealand. I had a question for Ian. How much of Steve Sanders is inside of you? And how much did you bring to the character? Because he is the funniest dude on TV.
Thank you.
Amazing.
You know, when I auditioned for this, I needed a job. I just didn't want one, I needed a job. In my audition, I had to pick up the script in New York City, and I had to drive in because there was no fax machine in 1989, or if there was, I didn't have one. And I walked up this office, and it's a big office, and there was a stack of scripts, and there was a sign-in sheet, and a legal pad has 50 opportunities, 50 lines, and there were easily 50 scripts. And I said, hello, and someone in the back said, sign in and take a script. And I'm thinking, and I'm looking at all these scripts. So I signed in Ben Dover, and I grabbed all the scripts, and I'm running down, waiting for somebody to grab me. And I got to the screen test the next day. It wasn't a screen test, it was an audition with Tim Hunter. And I had worked my stuff all night with a scene partner, and I knew my three scenes. Kelly Taylor's the biggest bitch, Beverly Hills, all that. And I showed up, and everyone's like, hey, do you have some sides? Is there a script? Because I didn't get one. I was like, I need one too. And I don't know, I think they hired the right guy to play Steve Sanders. And we look alike, so I look like Steve Sanders, so they hired me.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out. So my question to you, for the panel, whoever wants to run with it, filming as young adults, it's an influential time for all of us. Was there any facets of the characters that you felt led into your real life? And also a quick shout out, my wife's 40th birthday. That's why we're here. First,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
You know, I don't think that for me it was that character bled into my life, but I do think my life led into the character. I think one of the reasons the show lasted so long is there were personal truths in our lives that they started to put into the characters. You know, the high wire, because I did the high wire. The guys, you know, I don't know. Everybody had something that went on. And they started to, I think that was the thing. I don't feel like Andrea bled into my life so much.
A lot blended in for me. They, just from 10 years of writing, you know, they're kind of looking at our lives to give them ideas. And the music stuff and the DJing stuff and all of that really crossed over from my own life, which was great, but it was hard at the same time because it started blurring the lines a little bit of going to work and doing a show and then going home and having a personal life. But I wouldn't change any of it at all now, looking back on it. But back then, it sucked.
You had a nightclub
really hard.
in real life.
I promoted like 4 nightclubs. That was, and that was one of the things that David Silver, that's what came over to David Silver's side. Was that.
All right, our next question.
Hi, my name is Victoria, Lily's daughter, and me and my 90210 bestie Lori was wondering if you guys had fun doing the show.
Do we have fun doing the show? Just asking that question right now. That was amazing. Good job. I had a great time doing the show.
10 years of my life, I didn't miss one day other than when a relative passed away. It was like a jungle gym for me to play on every day. Great time.
I personally had an amazing time shooting the show. It was one of the greatest experiences that any actor could get to experience.
I agree. I actually, the show shaped our lives. even when we went to move on to do different things, the show and what you guys have brought to our lives have brought us to our lives right now. So it was great.
It's really windy in here. I'm so afraid. What was the question?
Did you have fun doing the show?
No, we had so much fun. I think that the most fun part for me was meeting all of these people up here on the stage and like getting to know them and have this special bond with them for the rest of my life, you know, and that's such an amazing thing that we all have each other to turn to. Yes.
Sorry, Victoria, I love you. We went yesterday. Wait, can you guys hear us in the back? It's okay?
Yeah, it's all good. There's a second set of speakers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just all being together. We're stuck together for life. What is that when you're stuck together? Like Velcro? No. Glue?
Well, Velcro sticks, so that's
like a
that's
booger.
what you were going for.
Like a
Fantastic.
booger. Ooh.
Yeah, herpes sticks also, right?
You can pick a booger and flick it and get rid of it. We can't get rid of each other. Why
Temporary
don't you say
tattoo
booger?
stick. Bunch of things you can.
Sorry.
Thank you.
We'll love you guys forever.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, Lord. Hi. The premiere of the reboot was, it needs to be said, the reboot was brilliant. I don't care what anybody says. The writing was fantastic. The day of the premiere, I made my entire workplace dress up as 90210. I was Brenda. And it was so fun. I borrowed a surfboard from Abercrombie & Fitch. Who knew surfboards were that big? But it was fantastic. Thank you so much for coming back together and bringing that back to us.
Hi everybody, you guys mean so much to me. I was introduced to the show when I was 13, right before the reboot on the CW came out. My mom was like, oh, you want to watch 90210? Let me educate you, because she watched that show. She had viewing parties with my dad every week in the 90s. And so we spent that weekend before the new show premiered on Soap Opera Network. They were having a 3-day marathon. And it's one of my best memories with my mom. And it was a true bonding thing for us. So I was just wondering if you have been able to bond over the show with your kids.
You've got more kids than any of us. Maybe you should address this first.
That's not true, Jay.
That he knows of.
Right. My God. My agent's going down for having me come to this thing. No, so my kids, my oldest son Cassius has watched it. He's really into acting now, so we've had a bit of bonding with that. My other kids could care less that I did the show, and it's the last thing that they want to watch. They have way more important things to do, like talk about stuff that I've done that they haven't watched.
You know, my kids had never seen it, so they're adults now. And when we did the reboot just before that, they watched it. And my oldest daughter, who's just turned 30, said to me, Mom, that was the coolest show. That was really, and I never asked them to watch it, and it was really great for them to be able to see it, and to see a part of my life that they weren't alive in yet. To see, I said, like, you get to see a piece of my life that you weren't a part of. I don't know, if anybody has kids, there's nothing like more exciting for them to be able to, I think, get to see you and get to understand that you're a person, right? They see another part of you that they wouldn't have seen other than being a parent. So I loved it. I thought it was really cool.
My kids are too young. They 10 and 12. Maybe my 12-year-old. I have the entire series on a hard drive, and it's all the original stuff with the original music. And I'll unleash it today.
Wait, how did you get that?
I don't have one of those.
Yeah,
I'm the only one that has the entire series. And then,
on a hard drive with the original music?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. See, while these guys were bouncing around, I was going to.
So this guy has weird stuff like that. He stole things from the set.
Yeah. So
This is public enemy number one right here as far as 90210.
Steven,
Ian, they want to know if you have the key.
I do have the legacy key. Are you kidding? Of course I have the legacy key. But the series
You
I
also
got,
stole a jukebox from the Peach Pit?
the show is over.
It's crazy.
It's like,
Crazy.
I just ripped it off the counter. It was glued down. I didn't expect. Did you know they were glued to the counter? Oh, because you tried to move them for a shot?
No, because nobody else stole one. What are you talking about? Of course we didn't know it was glued down to the counter.
You don't have any mementos from the set.
No.
Oh, wait.
What do you want?
I see. Ian, tell the story the last day when they, wrapped that set. And
Oh, I just okay, that's a wrap on the Peach Pit. Series wrap on the Peach Pit.
Rip. Oh, these are glued down.
Grabbed one of those counter jukeboxes, tore it off, and some vinyl, the surface, whatever the veneer was, and I'm walking, and Paul Wagner goes, "Hey, where you going with that?" And I was like, I'm going home. And I looked at him, he looked at me, and I'm like,
Just
kept walking.
conspicuously.
Oh my God. The wardrobe ladies used to say, you need to bring your truck because we need to get rid of all these clothes. Who didn't walk home with clothes?
I didn't want any of the clothes, which is really...
Well, I saw the way you got dressed, no wonder.
Right.
These guys were never my friends. They let me walk out of the dressing room with my shirt buttoned. Who wears... It's like I didn't have a mirror or a friend.
It's
on that
funny,
set.
one of the things that Ian didn't take were the bathing suit shorts that he wore with the slit up the side. He didn't want any of those, and I've always been shocked.
So surprised.
So surprised.
So surprised.
Oh man,
What do the girls have to say?
What do we have to say? We loved all your crop tops. Big fan.
They were
My daughters
popular.
wear
They
those.
were popular. I wanted to be one of the cool kids. I couldn't throw my fucking sideburns like Jason. Couldn't wear my hair up like Luke. Brian's balls didn't drop yet. I had to do something. You can all leave me alone. Why's everybody gotta be picking on me? Next question.
Next question.
First off, thank you so much on behalf of everyone just for being here. I know this is I feel like I'm in a dream right now, but I had the privilege of meeting Luke about 10 years ago, and so I asked him a question that I'm going to ask you, and then I know there have been so many storylines, and I'm just curious to know what kiss just stands out the most to you.
Are you referring to like any of us who kissed each other? Like I'm not. Honestly, for me, probably the kiss in the Porsche with Luke stands out the most to me, and was pretty fabulous too. You guys have one answer.
My mic isn't working. It's really...
Oh my God. What's your answer? Please somebody say the kiss with Brian's girlfriend Tiffany is their favorite. Please someone say that just so we can see Brian.
Can I just say that just so this part of the conversation? Tiffany, by far. That was every time I kissed her. Thank you, Shannene.
Love you, Brian. Jimmy, you gotta have a good answer for this one. A lot of kisses. Probably with Brandon.
let's talk about your job.
Oh my God.
Love talking about her job.
Yeah. This is just my theory. Okay. I'm TMJ. Really bad. And then when I choose, you just hear it popping.
Pop, pop. Every bite she takes.
Only if I chew on this side. But anyway, I think I got my TMJ from Jason.
What, like TMJ is like an STD?
I don't know, but my jaw didn't click, and then we made out like a million times.
Yeah.
And then my jaw started clicking.
So I broke your face somehow?
I'm pretty sure. You did like open your mouth pretty wide. I mean, I didn't mind.
I'm sorry, Jenny. I didn't mean to break your face.
So yeah, I think of you every time I click. Which is a lot.
Aw, that's sweet.
It's a special bond. It's a real special bond.
For me, my most memorable kiss was the kiss when I broke Jenny's face.
All right. Next question.
Wait, I want to know Donna and David's. Sorry. Tori and Brian's. What was your favorite kiss?
No, Shannon put me on the spot, so I quickly jumped to Tiffany just to let it go.
Okay, how do you feel about that?
It was the kiss, the one time we made out on the show.
You did?
Yeah, remember?
So that's where the click came from in the jar.
Jennifer,
You've been blaming Jason this whole time, and it came from Tori.
Jennifer,
Thank you, Brian.
You don't remember that episode? You guys remind her of that episode.
At the beach now.
They cut it out. It was, yeah.
Oh my God. You had me going. I can't remember. We haven't gotten to that season yet, so.
So my question is, if you guys didn't do the reboot, and you look back at like would Donna and David still be married? Would Kelly and Brandon ever get back together? Would Brendan come back to the show? Like, what would you want ideally?
I would want Brenda to come back to the show. I do mean that because now as we have the great honor of watching the show back for the podcast, I've become such a fan, and just like when Brenda left the show, something left with it, and I miss it as a fan of the show. Thank you.
Is Steve still married to Janet then? Would you still be married to Janet, and would you still be married to...
Steve's an orangutan farmer living in the cloud forest of Costa Rica, where he's also the personal life coach to the world's most interesting man.
Thank you.
All right, so most of the people in here all have some sort of connection with you, and you've created memories and you've gone through different episodes that have been emotional. So each of you or certain members can answer this question, but what episode stands most with Luke Perry?
Jeez, we remember. So I directed the episode when Luke's Dylan's fiance Rebecca Gayheart got murdered by her father because he was trying to kill Dylan, right? And he killed.
Jenny hasn't seen that episode yet. Don't tell
her. You guys haven't even got to season 6 yet?
Oops.
Sorry, Jay, to interrupt. Jen, earmuffs, please. Earmuffs. Okay, Jay, continue.
I won't remember anyway. It's fine.
For me and Luke making that, because I directed that episode, we had a wonderful time working together on that episode, because that episode was such an emotional roller coaster for him, and so as difficult as it was, he and I really enjoyed the intense working together that we had on that episode.
Okay, we have about 5 minutes left. Let's get about 2 or 3 more questions.
Hey, everybody. I feel like a lot of my questions have been asked by now, so it's nice
Quiet,
to see you all.
Mom.
I will say, Jenny, you just touched on this.
I watched this show, I was the same age as the characters, high school, college, so I graduated when you guys graduated. And what's great about the show is that now I'm rewatching it as an adult. And you kind of touched on this too, Gabrielle. So it's nice to kind of look back and I see things differently. I see characters differently and I see the storylines differently than I did when I was young. So I guess my question would be, when you rewatch it now, like you're doing for your podcast, for example, what is one thing that you kind of felt at the time, or your understanding of the character and the character line was then, that when you look back, it's different?
What was different then as opposed to when we watch it now?
Like, as you've grown as people, when you look back on it, how is your understanding maybe a little bit different? I'll tell you one for me, like the Brenda, Kelly, Dylan storyline, for example. When I was that age, I was like, very Dylan, Brenda. But when I look back, I'm like,
Be careful.
She's even more
I
so
will get
Brenda
up
Dillon.
from my seat. That is the most sacred relationship ever. And she was a whore, you guys. This was my best friend who slept with my boyfriend. Shame on you. Oh my God. Nothing's changed for me, honey. I still look back and go, what?
well, I did love you guys. But what changed for me is I feel like it was about you two in the end. I loved your friendship, and I loved that you kind of came back together. And for me, I felt like it was always about you two, and I loved looking back through that lens and seeing that.
Yeah, you're right, because it was a messy web there for a while. But I think that it was important that we both ended up sort of overcoming that. Yeah.
Last question.
This is a question for Ian.
Ian, sorry. Next.
Ian.
I actually don't think he gets to ask the question
I warned
now.
so many
Next.
people in my line.
I'll have Shannene kick your ass.
Anyways,
Damn straight. Here I come. Dodge, baby, dodge.
a question for Ian.
All right, what?
You've done voiceover work before. Can you tell us about your time as being a voice actor?
That's the last question.
We're kind of
No, but it's not the
Let's get the last question. Yeah, come to my table. I'll be happy to tell you about it.
Yeah, let's get one more question.
One more real
Thank you.
Last question.
Please make it about 90210.
Well, I love you all. I grew up with you guys, watching you in high school. My last question is, what was it like working with Luke?
What's it like working with Luke? I knew Luke for years before we were on 90210 together. We were in New York City doing different soap operas, and that bastard was always so goddamn handsome. I hated him. And he was always so damn cool. I hated him. But we were friends, and I kind of loved him, but my God. Luke was an incredible soul. He had the ability to make people feel very at ease. Working on the set, whenever we would have other artists work with us, he would always speak to them in a way that would really cultivate great work out of them. As a friend, he was a best friend to all of us. It's a huge hole that's left that he's passed away, but we all have very fond, lucid memories of a best friend. And wherever he is, I'm sure he's feeling the love that you had and everyone else has for him today.
Let's get one short question in. One short one and we're done.
Hi, this is David Silver. I have some extra OJ. Do you want to party? Come on!
Yeah!
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Request a 90210. Give it up.
Thanks, everybody.
Ian Ziering, ladies and gentlemen. And Tori Spelling, Shannene Doherty, Jamie Garth.
Thank you.
Carteris, Jason Priestley, and Brian Austin Green. Go visit their table, get some photographs, make it happen. One more time, 90210.